HarperCollins presents The House of Hidden Meanings, a memoir by Rupaul. This is the author. For the love of my life, George Labar. Thank you for the love, laughter, sweetness, and kindness. You are my favorite. Author's note. The events and experiences detailed here are all true and have been faithfully rendered as I remember them. I've changed the names and identifying details of some individuals to protect their privacy. Though conversations come from my keen recollection of them, they are not written to represent word-for-word documentation. Rather, I've retold them in a way that evokes the real feeling and meaning of what was said. Prologue. It still feels like summer when I arrive in Atlanta, late in September, that stifling humidity just starting to give way to the first hint of fall. I am 61 years old, and nearly a half a century separates me from the boy I was when I first came here in the back of my sister Renetta's sky blue Mercedes 450 SEL. But I still know my way around. The streets feel the same, even if many of the buildings have been torn down and replaced with something different. And more even than the sight of a few familiar brick facades and traffic lights, the taste of the place is familiar to me, the way a long-ago sense memory can get unlocked so easily. Atlanta tastes like butter, salty, with a hint of sweetness, the kind that's gone a little soft sitting out. It's deliberate, meant to be savored. That flavor, that tang, it's everywhere. It's in the radio streaming from an open car window. It's in the sing-song voices of the women you'd hear, their accents unhurried and musical. It's in the way those muggy summers make everything slow and sticky as molasses. I rent a bike and ride through the city to see what I can remember, and pretty quickly it comes back to me. There's the bench where I sat, rolled a joint, and watched as some men carved a tree that had been struck by lightning into a totem pole to commemorate the Piedmont Park Arts Festival. I had attended that summer for the first time. Booths of people selling homemade crafts, a picture of bohemian creativity. That's the club where I danced all night in a dress made out of Renetta's shiny gold plastic curtains, the heat of bodies around me, and the joyous sound of disco filling up my soul. There was the unit of Grady Memorial Hospital, where I said goodbye to my friend Cherry as she lay dying of AIDS, where I kept it together for the final moments, squeezing her hand, then collapsed in the hallway outside, sobbing, knowing that I would never see her again. And there was the corner where, on a Christmas Eve years earlier, getting off my shift go-go dancing at the club, I walked past a bag of toys that somebody had donated to charity, contents spilled out onto the street, and looking up at me was a stuffed donkey with one button eye. For whatever reason, I felt a rush of tenderness, so big and so potent that I picked it up off the ground and carried it home with me. And I have slept with it for the last 40 years. Isn't that strange? I'm so much older now, but I still remember the way it was to know the ache inside me, even before I was wise enough to be able to name it. That child within who was craving that comfort, and realized that I could give him precisely what he needed. And there is the lawn in Piedmont Park where my friend Larry T. and I lay on the grass one morning as the sun came up, the acid we had taken the night before finally wearing off. It was the year of the harmonic convergence, and the energy of change was in the air. Larry was wearing a bowling shirt, and his pupils were enormous. Libra represents the 12th house of Scorpio's hidden meanings, he told me, as if this were hugely important. After the drugs wore off, I realized it was nonsense, but it was beautiful nonsense, and it stayed.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?